Hello everybody, what we're going to be doing in this lesson is we're going to be looking at summarising and showing your knowledge and understanding of On the Sidewalk Bleeding, our short story. Okay, so your learning intentions in this lesson is learning how to summarise the key points in the opening paragraphs and then discuss the techniques that have been used in the opening paragraphs and how effective they were, their effectiveness, okay? Your success criteria to show that you can do this is that you will summarise the event that happened in the text with a newspaper headline and also answer some questions about what you have read. So, for your starter task, what I would like you to do is go back and look at the short story and read the first 3 chapters again. If you want to pause the video at this point, you can do that and then come back to the video. Okay, now that you're back, what you do is you have 10 minutes to create a newspaper headline that summarises the events for the reader, okay? Now, like most newspaper headlines, I'd like you to try and use some techniques such as alliteration and imagery to grab the reader's attention. So just to refresh you, alliteration is when all the words start, or most of the words start with the same sound, a bit like a tongue twister, like Peter Piper picked a pickle peppers, okay? So you are going to want to try and use some of these techniques in your headline. Make your headline nice and bold. Feel free to use colour. You can do it in block letters, colour it in, make it look like an actual newspaper headline that you would see on the front page of a newspaper. Okay, and obviously it's going to summarise in a few words what happened in this story. So again, you've got 10 minutes to do this task, guys. So if you want to pause the video for 10 minutes, feel free to do so. Okay, once you have finished that, what I would like you to do is have a look at the following questions, okay? So what I would like you to do is to write down in bullet points at least 5 things that you learn about the characters, the plot and the setting from those first 3 paragraphs, okay? And then think, why has the writer made it rain at this point? Think back to our lesson about imagery. Why do you think the writer made it rain? Find a word in paragraph 2 that shows the intense power of the rain, okay? So what word is it that gives us this impression of intense power, okay? Again, think back to our lesson about imagery to help you with this, okay? And then explain why it is effective that he's used that word, okay? Whose point of view do we see the events from? And is it important? Why are we seeing it from this person's perspective? And what becomes of his identity, the main character's identity, in the opening of the story? Okay, once you have done that, guys, what I would like you to do is read the remainder of the story and have a try at the true or false quiz. Okay. Just feel free to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever, and then put T or F beside. And again, if you want to pause this video before moving on, you certainly can. Okay, so before you go on to this next bit, make sure that you've definitely put a T or an F for each of those statements, and then what we'll do is we will go through them together. Okay, so the main character is 15 years old. This is false. He is much older than 15. Not by a huge amount, but he is older than 15. True, the rival gang is called the Guardians. That's correct. Got the Royals and the Guardians. Sidewalk is a British term for pavement. Well, no, it's not. It's an American term, isn't it? And yes, the story is set in the USA. At the start of the story, Andy did not know he was dying. Yep, that's very true. He didn't know that he was dying. He thought it was another rumble. That's what he called it. The story mentions the Bronx and Staten Island, which are in New York, correct? Andy's jacket was royal blue. Andy had left on his own to get cigarettes, that's correct. Angela, Frankie and Laura are minor characters in the story. They are minor characters. They are important and they definitely add to the theme of the story, but they are minor characters. Andy is the main character. And Laura finds Andy's body at a minute past midnight. That is true. And yes, the cop doesn't care who Andy is. All he cares about is that he's a royal. And in fact, he doesn't even care that much that he's a royal. He's just going, whatever, it's a royal. What do I care? Okay, guys, that is the end of our lesson today. Okay, what I would like you to do is have a look back at your success criteria, okay? And have a little think. Do you think that you were able to summarize the event in the text with a newspaper headline? And do you think that you were able to answer questions about what you had read using the true or false quiz? If you struggled, you might want to go back over this lesson again. And if you feel that you managed to achieve all of these things, well done, guys. And that's the end of this lesson for now, and I will see you all again soon. Take care, stay safe. Bye.